Hello and welcome to Email Marketing Insights with Andzen, the email agency with the most beards per staff member. My name's Jason. I'm joined again by Matt, and making his beardless debut is Chris Strutt. Last time we spoke about trends for 2016 and we looked at some of the things we learned from 2015 to talk about those, and for February we're going to be talking about data acquisition, how we can better capture our data and how we can enrich that experience after initially capturing the data to make sure that we keep our subscribers engaged long term. We're going to be talking about in-store and online today, and Matt, why don't you get us started with in-store? What are some of the tactics that we can use to capture data?
Well, I think one of the first things that you really have to understand about an in-store transaction is face-to-face. It's probably one of the more heightened experiences where people are actually engaged with your brand. They're happy, they've sort of made a decision, they're ready to go, and that's the prime point for you to start capturing data about these people so that you can come back to them at a later stage. So organising either tablets sort of in front of your point of sale, or even at the point of sale, getting your staff to record names and emails, hugely valuable, particularly in order to make sure that these people sort of stay on the hook for next time. I think that makes a world of difference.
Yeah, definitely. I think purchasing is a huge indication of intent, right? That someone wants to engage with your brand and be involved with your brand. Chris, what about online? Keeping in mind, not everyone's selling something.
Yep.
Lots of service-based companies have
sure.
websites. What are some of the tactics that we can use online to capture data in a way that's not invasive, but actually provides great experiences?
Yeah, I think the key really is to align with your user's journey on your website. So what have they come to the website to find? What other pages have they been to? What are they reading? So it's really aligning those data collection forms with that information. So whether that be at the bottom of the page or as a pop-up form, making sure that's timed well, and that they've also been given some time to sort of soak in that information and understand what you're about before you bombard them with messages.
Yeah, definitely, I'd agree. Give them an opportunity to absorb and take some value away from your website before you ask them if they want to continue seeing that value.
Exactly, yeah.
Great. Well, now that we've spoken about that, what about looking at some of the things that we can do after someone's engaged in store or online? They've given you the data. What are some of the ways that we can follow that opportunity up with to create that rich experience after your initial contact?
Well, I think if we're taking in-store as an example, you've really got two sort of points of sale there. Either they've made a purchase and they love the product and they want to hear more about you, and you can sort of set up an automated stream of information asking for more stuff like birthdays and sort of locations, and really targeting that group down to the nitty-gritty. And then there's the other side of people, which is they haven't made a purchase, and you really want to get them on the hook so that they can come back. So are you emailing them discount codes? Are you asking about what is it they want to do? Even if you're trying to capture what were they looking at, what did they buy in store? Sort of all of these different points of data actually make a difference to the next campaign that you decide to run.
Yeah, definitely. I think even bits of data that your staff members can infer without even asking for what the answers for the questions. So, for example, if they're male or female, and being able to tailor that content afterwards to whatever it may be.
Well, and that's a perfect example of, say, if you're receiving ads for women's clothing when you're actually a man, and vice versa. I think there's a level of expectation among most consumers that companies that you give that information to will go the extra distance to understanding you and making those inferences. And I think that when there are notable examples of that they don't do that, that really puts people offside.
Yeah, definitely. Chris, what about online? What are some of the ways that we can follow up that online interaction of someone subscribing to give people that personal experience that makes them think that you really value them?
Yeah, sure. Well, I guess it really starts with the way that you set up your data capture points on your site. So I think it's really important to ensure that they're sending that information off to segmented lists so that you can really see where somebody's come in on your website. You can sort of understand what information they're looking for, and then that's how you're going to tailor your emails, your initial emails to them, with that information. So send them the right information that they came to find.
Yeah, definitely.
Value surrounding that.
Yeah, if someone's completed a pop-up about getting a discount, making sure they get a discount. Whereas if someone's maybe filled out
Yeah.
a section in your blog because they want to keep receiving blog content, that they don't receive the discount. What they receive instead is
Yeah.
your latest blogs or something that's really tailored to that value experience that they found on your website.
Yeah, and it's that personalized experience that's, where you can really excel with email marketing. It's, it goes above and beyond just the normal monthly newsletter or blog post. You're really getting down to that information that people need that's relevant to them.
Yeah. Great. Well, now I want to talk about actionable insights. So what is something that someone could go away right now, log in to sign up to, or whatever email platform they're using, and set up straight away? Matt, if you're a bricks and mortar store, what are some of the things that you could put into play right now to help enrich that experience?
Well, you can get a data capture form created within minutes, so that you can either have your staff fill this out, or you can even have this sort of on display in tablets in your store if you're a cafe or any sort of really type of store, to be honest. That people can complete a form and all of that data gets automatically uploaded to sign up to. You can have a series of automations based on when people get added to these lists, so that if they're added based on birthday, they get birthday sort of vouchers. If they're added based on sort of timeliness, they get an email a week later saying, we love, sort of having you or hosting you or, this purchase experience. Let us know what it was about. And I think that those sorts of touches are hugely valuable to a consumer.
Great. What about online Strato? What are some of the ways that we can go away right now and set up some experiences for people?
Yeah, well, I think the easiest thing to do would be just to start having a bit of a look at your existing database, sales records, your website analytics, and just really finding those core audiences and putting in place some segmented lists in your platform, setting them up. Just start really general. You might just start with a couple of different types of customers, and then you, as time goes by, you can sort of split that up and roll out more email campaigns from there.
Great. So what we could take away from this is some really simple things. If you're a bricks and mortar store, potentially setting up 2 different lists, one for people who have purchased, one for people that haven't, and creating a personalized offer based around whether or not they did interact at a point of purchase. And for online, taking a look at those different points where people can give you their data. Did they sign up in the footer of your website? Was it on your blog? Or are they expecting a discount voucher? And creating that personal follow-up with them that lets them know that you really value what part of the business they value. Great. Well, I think that's all we have time for today. I'm Jason, it's Matt and Chris. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Cheers.
What do you guys reckon of Green Beacon 3 watt power?
Oh, it's a lovely froth. I really love supporting local breweries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
I like it. Yeah, it's really hoppy, but nice and refreshing.
Yeah, I don't normally like that, but this is delicious.
Yeah.
It definitely goes down smooth.
Really tasty. Very smooth.